If XRP really catapults to $10, will you secure life-changing gains or freeze and watch the rocket soar without you? Imagine this. You wake up, check your phone, and XRP is no longer the relaxed $2 coin you scooped up on a lazy Tuesday. It's now surging toward double digits like it just chugged an energy drink the size of Texas. Today, we're diving into a bold strategic exit plan crafted by one analyst for that exact moment. And I'll also be sharing the hard-learned lessons from my own XRP journey so you don't have to make the same costly mistakes. Trust me, your future self will either thank you or roast you. Let's rewind to where we are right now. XRP has been hovering around 220, practically in hibernation. Like that one friend on the couch saying, "Yeah, I'll get up in a sec." But some of the market's sharpest minds insist that when XRP finally wakes up, it's heading straight to the metaphorical gym, bulking, transforming, and returning unrecognizably ripped. BitGet's lead analyst, Ryan Lee, tossed out a smooth $10 prediction by 2030. Not to be outdone, X-Force Global said, "Nah, we're not waiting 5 years this cycle." Meanwhile, Modern Investor is eyeing 15 and Steph, another respected voice, says $30 is on the table, thanks to a double-bottom pattern roaring bullish reversal louder than an arena crowd. Sounds thrilling, right? But here's the kicker no one tweets about. Euphoria scrambles your thinking faster than triple espresso on an empty stomach. When charts go vertical, logic goes horizontal. That's where XRP investing, a sharp voice in the community, comes in, with a brilliantly simple exit plan. Think of it like emotional air traffic control. Let me break it down in real-world numbers, sweaty palms and all. Let's say you invested $10,000 into XRP at 220. That gives you 4,045 coins. That's your army. Stage 1. When XRP hits the $354 range, considered a major historical resistance zone, offload 20%, about 909 coins. This move could yield a 60-80% profit, netting you around 3,636. Not yacht money, but definitely vacation and a new laptop money, and you're still holding over 75% of your bag. This first surge could be sparked by major headlines, regulatory green lights, whispers of a spot XRP ETF, or Ripple landing on every major finance channel. When your uncle, who calls it Bitcoin, starts talking about XRP at the dinner table, that's when taking some profit isn't panic, it's foresight. It's Stage 2. When XRP pushes into the 5 to 6 range, sell another 25%, roughly 1,136 coins. That could add another $6,248 into your gains. This range aligns with several 2025 bull run projections, especially with institutional giants finally stepping in with full regulatory blessing. Now picture this. Hedge fund managers in tailored suits elbowing each other just to secure a seat on the XRP rocket, because their clients won't stop pestering them about that digital money thing. Institutional FOMO is no longer a theory, it's a tidal wave. I've literally seen balance sheets pivot faster than a cat chasing a laser pointer. Exit Stage 3. Lock in 30% gains at $10 to $12, the institutional frenzy. Here's where things get dicey, and where most people, my past self included, either get greedy or panic. When XRP hits $10 to $12, the strategy calls for unloading 30% of your holdings. That's 1,363 coins, cashing in on roughly 350% to 440% returns. Translation? Around $15,000 in realized profits flashing across your screen. At this altitude, volatility becomes a roller coaster engineered by chaos. Price swings so sharp, They can wipe out weeks of gains before your morning coffee has a chance to cool. But securing profits here isn't cowardice, it's strategy. This is chess, not checkers. You're walking away with chips while the house still thinks you're in the game. Why does the chart go ballistic here? 2 words: mass adoption. Maybe Ripple secures a game-changing partnership with global banks. Maybe a US spot ETF finally launches. Maybe your local coffee shop starts accepting XRP, and TikTok explodes with "I paid for my latte" in crypto videos. The hype snowballs fast, and that's exactly when you de-risk, not double down. Exit stage 4, offload, final 15–20%. Above $20. Eyes on $30. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. If XRP pushes beyond $20, this is your final sell zone, offloading at least 15–20% of your remaining stash. If it touches $30, congratulations. You're looking at 800% plus gains. That's another $13,000 to $15,000 in profits, with a nice 455 coins left. Your moon ticket or crypto trophy, your call. Of course, at these levels, liquidity can vanish faster than my voice during high school presentations. But having a clear plan removes the panic of clicking sell, while prices are doing backflips on the chart. Total profit breakdown, turning 10K into 38K. Follow all 4 stages, and you're looking at $38,500 in realized gains from a $10,000 investment, simply by sticking to a system, not hype, not emotion, just boring, consistent, brilliant execution, like brushing your teeth, but for your wallet. Can XRP go even higher? Sure. Could it stall midair? Also, yes. But that's not the genius of this strategy. The genius is that it protects your mental bandwidth, so when fireworks start flying, you don't fall apart. The psychology behind it all. Markets move on narratives, and our brains are addicted to stories. This exit strategy, it's your personal choose-your-own-adventure where each milestone lifts an emotional weight. Think of it like a video game. Every time you hit a save point, you breathe easier. You won't be stuck in that toxic loop of "I should've, I could've," watching your paper profits melt into nothing. You'll be free to cheer for more upside, not haunted by fear of the crash. A personal note. Back in 2017, I watched another coin I adored double overnight. I had no exit plan, so I did nothing. Then I watched it crash, helpless, confused, sitting on a broken escalator to nowhere. The market didn't care about my dreams, rent, or clever tweets. It just fell. That lesson burned deep. And that's why a staged exit plan is what I now see as the grown-up version of crypto enthusiasm. It's not about panic or perfection. It's about discipline, emotional control, and celebrating each milestone like a pro. Let's talk about this like it's a buffet. If you gorge yourself on every dish all at once, you'll regret it by dessert. But if you pace yourself one plate at a time, you walk away satisfied, maybe even with room for ice cream. That's exactly what stage selling is. Portion control for your portfolio. Now, of course, the analyst behind this strategy, XRP Investing, adds the most important disclaimer: customize it. If your goal is early retirement, maybe you shift more of your sales to the front end. If you're risk-averse, front-load heavier profits in stages 1 and 2 and leave breadcrumbs for the moon. We're all building different dream houses. Just make sure your blueprint fits your vision. And if you need a sounding board, join our free crypto Discord server. Links in the description. There's an entire channel where we break down strategies like this without the spammy moon, emojis, and hype traps. The bigger picture, macro tailwinds. Let's zoom out. Context is king. Regulatory breakthroughs could turn XRP from a maybe to a must-have for banks. An ETF approval would be like opening the floodgates, billions in passive inflows ready to rush in. Institutional adoption? That widens the buyer pool dramatically and makes those $5 to $6 targets seem a whole lot closer. Remittance infrastructure scaling? Suddenly, $10, $12 doesn't sound crazy. If Ripple cements itself as the go-to cross-border solution, 20 plus simply becomes the market pricing in dominance. We've seen this movie before. Nobody cared about smart contracts until ETH took off. The same energy, now amplified. Reality check, risk still exists. But let's not sugarcoat this. Markets overreact, patterns fail, regulators slam brakes, liquidity disappears. If that happens mid-cycle, that's when your staged exit plan becomes your lifeboat. You hope you never need it, but having it lets you sleep at night. Whenever I ignored risk management, my portfolio felt like a toddler wobbling on a tightrope. One gust of wind, and it was gone. And here's the truth. Stage selling isn't sexy. It won't earn you clout on Twitter. You can't post flashy screenshots of partial profit-taking. But disciplined traders? They tend to keep both their wealth and their sanity. Just ask those early Bitcoiners who sold in stages, $10, $100, $10,000. Some funded homes, launched startups, paid off student loans. Not because they rode a rocket to the moon, but because they walked steady through the chaos. Calm beats chaos. When the $10 alert hits. So picture it, your phone pings. XRP just touched $10. You glance at your plan, you breathe, you execute. No panic, just precision. You might even have time to tweet a meme and make a fresh cup of coffee. That kind of composure, it's worth more than any flex on a Reddit forum. Ironically, that calm breeds better decisions, which breeds more profit, which feeds back into calm. It's a cycle the FOMO crowd will never understand. Let's land the plan. We've mapped out the targets. $10, $15, even $30. We broke down each exit stage. 20% at resistance, 25% at institutional hype, 30% at euphoria, 15–20% in the stratosphere. We explored the psychology, the buffet metaphors, 2017 scars, and the power of planning. Will XRP follow this script? No one knows. But if you have a script, you're the director, not an extra running around in someone else's drama. If this plan resonates, print it, tape it to your desk. If it doesn't, build your own. But build something before those alerts hit. Future. You doesn't need guesswork at 3 a.m. They need a clear map. And hey, if you want unfiltered conversations like this, zero hype, just logic, strategy, and respect. There's a seat waiting in the Discord. Links in the description below.